One of the weather events that we are keeping a close eye on is that if we look at the drought monitor maps that are out there, we know that there are some dry conditions in several parts of the cotton belt, but most notably in the southwest, particularly that panhandle of Texas and parts of Oklahoma that have had a number of days with no measurable precipitation, and in some cases we're seeing that at 90 to 100 days. So those dry conditions are worsening. That's something we're going to keep an eye on because that'll ultimately play a significant role in the final acreage number, both planted, harvested, and the yield potential. I think the other thing to keep in mind is that while growers are showing a modest increase in cotton acreage, again, a lot of it comes back to not necessarily the fact that it's an overly attractive cotton price, it's just where cotton prices sit relative to competing crops. We still see a lot of financial pressures out there in the producer segment. We know some growers are still having some trouble as they move into this marketing year with securing production financing. So the financial pressures are still very much front and center for a lot of producers. The release of the acreage intentions was just one part of the economic report that we provide to our industry members at our annual meeting. We're continuing, obviously, to watch a number of developments in the global fiber market. I think on the more encouraging side, we're seeing some recovery, continued recovery in global cotton demand. USDA is calling for a good increase in the 2017 marketing year. We think with the economic activity in the global economy, that's going to continue to drive demand in a positive direction moving into the 2018 marketing year. Some of the other factors that we're going to watch, though, that will particularly affect the exports of U.S. cotton is how does China continue to manage their reserves as well as their import quotas. They're working through those stocks of reserves. They're holding auctions. Those have been successful. We feel like there's another year or so of those auctions to be held, and then we could see, perhaps by the time we get into 2019, China back into the market in a much bigger way in terms of importing cotton. So that's going to be important for our producers. The other one is India. India devotes more acres to cotton than any other country. They've just announced the potential to even increase their support prices further. So how that comes into play in terms of their production potential and their presence as a competitor in the export market.